That Oscar winner Gene Hackman was found dead at his home in New Mexico, along with his wife of more than 30 years, Betsy Arakawa, and their dog. We still do not know what happened here, but police say this: they do not suspect foul play.
Gene Hackman, Hollywood legend, two-time Academy Award winner, and a man who captivated audiences for decades. But behind the glamour and the silver screen, his final chapter has left the world speechless. When the FBI stepped into his secluded New Mexico estate, they weren't prepared for what they would find. Something eerie, something unnatural. A discovery so shocking that even seasoned investigators were left rattled. The mansion, once a peaceful retreat, now holds secrets that no one saw coming. A bizarre scene with strange inconsistencies and unsettling details that don't quite add up. Was it a tragic accident? A long-buried mystery? Or something far more sinister? The truth is hidden within the walls of Hackman's estate, and what investigators uncovered will leave you full of questions.
9 days before his body was discovered by examining his pacemaker.
Stay with us as we dive into the chilling details, because this is one Hollywood story that's far from over. Shocking discovery at Hackman's estate. What should have been a routine maintenance visit turned into a chilling crime scene when workers arrived at Gene Hackman's Santa Fe mansion. The 95-year-old actor and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, 63, were discovered lifeless in separate rooms inside their home. The front door was left ajar. 2 dogs were freely roaming the property, and an unsettling silence hung over the house. But what truly disturbed authorities was the state of decomposition. It was clear that the couple had been dead for weeks before they were found. One investigator described it as if time had frozen inside the house. As if to deepen the enigma, a third pet was found dead in a crate, raising questions about how long the bodies could have been inside before anyone noticed. There were no immediate signs of forced entry or violent disturbance in the apartment, but authorities soon realized that the case was by no means simple. Scattered pills in the bathroom beside Arakawa's body pointed to the possibility of an overdose. Hackman's position near the cane and glasses suggested a sudden fall or collapse. Investigators initially considered carbon monoxide poisoning, but that theory was ruled out after gas inspectors found no leaks and no hazardous levels of gas. The knocked-over space heater found by Arakawa offered further clues. Might extreme heat or dehydration have factored in? In a chilling amalgamation of evidence, an open door, the isolated position of their bodies, and a long delay in their discovery, the FBI and local authorities were forced to broaden the investigation beyond natural causes. But as investigators dug deeper, unsettling contradictions began to surface. Details that turned a tragic discovery into a baffling mystery. Mysterious circumstances surrounding their deaths. At first, authorities believed that natural causes or accidental carbon monoxide poisoning were responsible for the deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa. However, as investigators examined the scene more closely, troubling inconsistencies began to emerge. The couple's bodies showed signs of extreme decomposition, indicating that they had been dead for a significant period before being discovered. Weeks, not days.
Related to the death of Oscar winner Gene Hackman, authorities tonight are saying that Hackman probably died more than a week before someone discovered his body.
A knocked-over space heater near Arakawa's body led to speculation about environmental factors, such as heat-related illness or dehydration. Meanwhile, Hackman was found in a separate room near a cane and sunglasses, suggesting that he may have collapsed suddenly. Further complicating the mystery, a door-to-door check revealed an open front door, indicating that even while no indication of forced entry had been established, it remained a possibility that somebody entered or exited the house before the bodies were found. Scattered pills near Arakawa raised the possibility of an overdose, but that did not explain the sudden downfall of Hackman. Meanwhile, the New Mexico Gas Company ruled out carbon monoxide leakage, thereby eliminating the suggestion of poisoning. With no obvious cause of death, forensic scientists are now conducting autopsies and toxicology investigations, a search for anything that might shed light on the strange and disturbing circumstances surrounding their deaths. As authorities piece together the final moments of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's lives, they uncovered unsettling inconsistencies that only deepened the mystery. One of the most bizarre aspects was the timeline. How could two high-profile individuals remain undiscovered for weeks without anyone raising an alarm? Friends and neighbors expressed shock that no one had noticed their absence, as Hackman was occasionally seen in public despite living a reclusive lifestyle. Authorities also questioned why no distress calls were ever made and why there were no signs of struggle inside the home. The mansion stood tall and perfectly maintained, yet it looked as though life had come to a standstill inside its walls. There were no belongings that were taken away in a hurry, nor was there anything that seemed to indicate disturbance or struggle. A pretty strong indication of an unforeseen incident is the space heater that lay overthrown near Arakawa. Whether that occurrence was causal or deliberate, one is left to guess. Investigators are still sifting through the records of Hackman's finances as well as his personal records, looking for some unsuspicious activity or some valuables that are unaccounted for that would suggest otherwise. With so many questions still left unanswered, police will not cease to answer every possible lead in this case, which stands to be one of Hollywood's most mind-boggling mysteries. Expert opinions on the unusual scene. Even seasoned investigators and forensic experts have found the case deeply troubling. One specialist stated, "This does not add up," emphasizing that it is extremely rare for two people to die at the same time without a clear external cause. The long period of decomposition without anyone noticing their absence further complicates the case. Experts also pointed out that while pills were found near Arakawa, this does not explain Hackman's death, as he was located in a different room. Investigators initially ruled out their suspicions of the carbon monoxide poisoning on not having any gas leaks upon inspection, and environmental experts now seek outside influences, too much heat or dehydration, among others. Some specialists think the couple may be felled by simultaneous medical crises, but such occurrence is very rare. This is where autopsy and toxicology tests come in handy, since they could provide substance revelations, if any. With so many untold stories, the investigation remains wide open, combing every angle after every angle. There have been various conjectures regarding the puzzling deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa, as the investigation tries to determine what might really have happened in their Santa Fe home. Initially, the authorities suspected that there could be signs of death due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Their deaths were sudden and showed no sign of injuries, but the New Mexico Gas Company later did not find any leak or hazardous gas levels in the property. Another theory states that perhaps one of them died first through some accident, health emergency, or overdose, and then the second, possibly soon after, gone also by despair, or the incapability of getting any help. Presumably, an open container of pills scattered around Arakawa indicates that she may have taken an overdose or gone into a health crisis, but that does not account for Hackman's condition either. More than that, Hackman was found dead in a room apart with a cane and sunglasses on him, so it also seems very unclear if he fell or if he had a sudden illness. The investigators are also considering environmental factors as a possible cause. The presence of a knocked-over space heater in the vicinity of Arakawa raises doubts as to whether extreme heat, dehydration, or some other environmental hazard could have figured in the deaths. Another chilling theory suggests that someone outside could have come in, especially so since the front door was left ajar. Though there were no apparent signs of forced entry, authorities have not entirely ruled out the option that an outsider could have had a role. Others speculate that it could also have been a grievous homicide followed by self-inflicted death, albeit no direct evidence backs this theory, such as a note or signs of struggle. Forensic tests, including toxicology reports and autopsy, are expected to enlighten on what really transpired. Until then, all events related to the deaths remain an opaque mystery. Just when investigators thought they had a possible explanation, new evidence emerged that completely shattered one of their earliest theories. Debunking the carbon monoxide poisoning theory. Early in the investigation, carbon monoxide poisoning was considered a possible cause of death for Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa, as it would explain why both individuals perished around the same time without visible signs of trauma. Their daughter, Elizabeth Hackman, even speculated that toxic fumes might have been responsible, given that her father had been in good health despite his advanced age. However, this theory was quickly called into question when the New Mexico Gas Company conducted a thorough inspection of the home and found no evidence of gas leaks or hazardous levels of carbon monoxide. Fire officials also ruled out any environmental hazards that could have led to suffocation or poisoning. These findings forced investigators to shift their focus toward other potential causes, as the carbon monoxide theory no longer held weight. The mystery, however, still unfolded in the case of Hackman, who was found in an entirely different room under different circumstances. Investigators are now looking forward to toxicology and autopsy reports on whether the deceased had intoxicants that may have led them to their final fate. While eliminating carbon monoxide poisoning as a cause, the mystery grew deeper in the case, leaving both authorities and the public to wonder about what really happened in the home of the Hollywood legend and his wife. In his later years, Gene Hackman largely stepped away from the spotlight, choosing to live a quiet life in Santa Fe, New Mexico, with his wife, Betsy Arakawa. Though he retired from acting in 2004, he remained active, enjoying hobbies like writing, painting, and fishing. However, Hackman had faced significant health challenges, including a major heart procedure in 1990, when he underwent angioplasty to clear a blocked artery. At the time, doctors stated that he had been just hours away from suffering a potentially fatal heart attack. In interviews, Hackman admitted that his decision to retire was largely influenced by his health, as doctors warned him that the stress of acting could take a toll on his heart. Despite these concerns, he remained in relatively good shape, practicing yoga and Pilates well into his later years. His daughter, Elizabeth Hackman, confirmed that he had not experienced any recent major health issues, making his sudden passing even more puzzling. In addition to his heart condition, Hackman also survived a serious accident in 2012 when he was struck by a pickup truck while riding his bicycle in Florida. The incident, which left him with minor injuries, was a reminder of his increasing vulnerability as he aged. In public appearances before his death, Hackman appeared frail, often using a cane and relying on his wife for support. Despite this, those close to him say he remained mentally sharp and physically active to the extent that his health allowed. His wife, Betsy, was known for taking great care of him, which made their deaths together all the more tragic. Given his history of heart problems, some experts believe his passing could have been due to natural causes, but the unusual circumstances surrounding his and Betsy's deaths continue to raise questions. Until medical examiners complete their investigations, the true cause of his passing remains uncertain. The role of Hackman's family. Gene Hackman's family, particularly his daughters Elizabeth and Leslie Hackman, have played an active role in seeking answers regarding the mysterious deaths of their father and stepmother, Betsy Arakawa. Elizabeth Hackman was among the first to publicly speculate about the cause, suggesting that carbon monoxide poisoning could have been responsible. She emphasized that despite his age, her father was in relatively good health and had no recent major medical issues that could have predicted his sudden passing. She recalled how her father maintained an active lifestyle, practicing yoga and Pilates regularly, which made the circumstances of his death even more shocking. Along with her sister Leslie and niece Annie, the family released a heartfelt statement, expressing their devastation and emphasizing how deeply they loved and admired their father, not just as a Hollywood legend, but as a devoted father and grandfather. Beyond their grief, the Hackman family cooperated with investigations and provided information concerning his health, habits, and final known interactions. The family also expressed concerns about the peculiarities of this case. The advanced decomposition, pill bottles scattered about Arakawa, and the almost total uncertainty on how both individuals died simultaneously. In the meanwhile, the family awaits autopsy and toxicology reports, but is optimistic that forensic evidence will assist in determining the actual occurrences within their residence. Public statements made by the family continue to attract much-needed focus to the case and help ensure that no stone will remain unturned in the pursuit of the truth behind the tragic loss of Gene Hackman and his wife. However, despite the family's efforts to seek answers, conspiracy theories have begun to emerge, with some online speculators suggesting foul play or a cover-up. Some theories argue that Hackman may have been in possession of something controversial, potentially the rumored Hollywood Black Book, making him a target. Others question the presence of the pill bottles, wondering if an external party could have been involved in staging the scene. The estate rumors. Speculations surrounding the supposed FBI discovery at Gene Hackman's estate have taken the internet by storm, despite no official confirmation or credible evidence. Some wild theories suggest that the Hollywood legend may have been in possession of classified government documents, hinting at a possible connection to historical events that remain shrouded in secrecy. Given Hackman's long and storied career, which included roles as government agents and law enforcement figures, some conspiracy theorists believe he may have acquired sensitive materials from his time in Hollywood, though there is no proof to back up these claims. Another popular theory floating around is that Hackman's estate contained rare stolen artifacts or hidden treasures. Some online sleuths speculate that the actor, known for his appreciation of history and storytelling, could have unknowingly come into possession of valuable relics over the years. Whether it be missing artwork, lost manuscripts, or even historical documents tied to real-world mysteries, the idea of a secret vault beneath his home has fueled excitement among those who love a good mystery. However, no tangible evidence has surfaced to support these speculations. A more bizarre and far-fetched theory asserts that Hackman's home was the repository for evidence of Hollywood backroom dealing, a so-called Black Book with the names and information of influential industry players. In light of recent Hollywood scandals involving secret webs of corruption and secrecy, some netizens are speculating that longtime industry player Hackman would have known about something more substantial. Although it does make for a compelling plot, there is absolutely no suggestion that the actor has ever been a part of or privy to any such thing. Even without any concrete evidence, the internet keeps producing more theories and conjectures, from secret underground tunnels to conspiracies linked to long-overlooked Cold War intrigue. The popularity of such gossip reflects the public's affinity for secrecy and the manner in which social media can fan out even the most unfounded rumors. Until there is solid proof, if it ever comes to that, these are nothing but conjectures, one more piece of fiction added to the mythology of Hollywood lore and urban legends. The Hollywood Black Book Theory. The Hollywood Black Book theory is one of the most sensational and intriguing speculations surrounding the alleged FBI discovery at Gene Hackman's estate. According to this theory, Hackman may have possessed a secret ledger or collection of documents containing names, transactions, and dark secrets about the entertainment industry's most powerful figures. This supposed Black Book is believed to hold information that could expose hidden scandals, illegal dealings, or even long-buried Hollywood cover-ups. While this theory has captivated conspiracy enthusiasts, there is zero evidence that such a document exists, or that Hackman had any involvement in something of this nature. Speculation about a Hollywood Black Book is fueled by past industry scandals, such as those involving figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, where real ledgers and secret records were uncovered. The idea that someone like Hackman, who has been in Hollywood since the 1960s, might have accumulated sensitive knowledge over the years makes for a compelling story. Some theorists believe he may have kept track of dark dealings, corruption, or even controversial agreements that the public was never meant to see. However, Hackman has never been associated with any Hollywood scandals, making this theory seem more like a product of internet-fueled imagination rather than reality. Part of the reason this theory has picked up steam is Hackman's highly publicized decision to leave Hollywood altogether. Unlike most actors of his era, he didn't hold on to fame or remain active in the business. Some interpret this as evidence that he knew too much or needed to get away from something nefarious. But a more logical reason is that Hackman just desired a quiet retirement. Publicly, he said he quit acting because he was fed up with the business and wished to concentrate on writing. The notion that he was quietly protecting harmful information does not square with his public image as a discreet but highly respected man. Fueling the mystery, some theorists hypothesize that the so-called Hollywood Black Book potentially held evidence connected to high-profile unsolved crimes, clandestine financial transactions, or even the names of powerful people who wanted their secrets kept. The idea of such a book has long been the subject of fantasy and real-life scandals, where insiders or whistleblowers have revealed corruption at personal peril. But in the case of Hackman, no such connection to any Hollywood undercover dealings is known to have existed. Although the situation of an elderly actor holding on to explosive secrets is a Hollywood thriller writer's best friend, the truth is much less glamorous. Lacking tangible evidence, the Hollywood Black Book theory will probably be nothing more than another bit of cyber folklore, a mix of fact, fiction, and the general public's insatiable interest in the seedy underbelly of stardom. The mystery is far from solved, and we want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more shocking stories, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you're hungry for more jaw-dropping Hollywood mysteries, click the next video on your screen now. You won't want to miss it.